Hey everyone, this is Jonathan Weir from Marcus & Millichap. Standing to the left of me is our client, Lanny Chang. We just closed on her 5-unit apartment building in Gardena, and we wanted to shoot a little testimonial conversation video. Let's see, you and I, we met 7 years ago, a long time ago. Walk us through the process of staying in touch and then ultimately transacting in 2023.
It is very lucky to meet John, and because he's very enthusiastic, giving me a lot of information through these years. So when I try thinking of selling my property, of course I have some choice, but I choose him.
I appreciate it. Yeah, so we had been in touch for 7 years. It started with a cold call where we were kind of just talking about the market. Even at one point, I think maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I introduced you to a management company, which you hired for a couple years to help with operations and raising rents and so forth. We did maybe 2 or 3 brokers' opinion of value just to kind of educate you. Mm-hmm. And then finally, in the beginning of this year, you were ready to sell. Mm-hmm. Walk us through, you obviously had a competitive interview process for the listing, even though we had that relationship. Walk us through what the process was like and why you ultimately chose our team to list the property for you.
Well, I have interviewed 3, and one of them is my best friend. I know her for 55 years, but after the interview, I can feel that John has more experience and I have more confidence on him. I really appreciate, and I do want to introduce all other friends to John.
Thanks, Lenny. All right, so we're shooting this video and it is June 1st, 2023. We started the process in February. When did we start this? Earlier this year, right?
And we start to process for this property is in April.
In April, okay. So yeah. April 2023, the market hasn't changed too much. It's challenging to sell apartment buildings right now. Walk us through a few of the challenges that we had during the sale of this property.
We start the contract for the exclusive multiple listing on April 19th. And in the beginning, we had a little bit quiet week. But the second week, John gave me some suggestion, and then we start to have a lot of buyers that very interested in this building. So we walked them through. They also came back and forth. And finally, the 4th buyer, he likes my building, and I think it's kind of like we are same people working on together.
Yeah, it was a good fit for sure.
Yeah. That's why I love to sell the house to him. I know he will take good care of it.
Kind of piggybacking up what she said, we had a couple looky-loos. We brought a couple buyers agents and their clients to the building, but none of the offers stuck, or they'd come back with a big retrade. And while I was walking the building with these other agents, I noticed an ADU possibility in the garage. And I thought of my Rolodex of which clients I've sold to who are into those ADU redevelopment plays. So the next day I brought a repeat client of our teams to the building, and we signed up a contract, an all cash deal. Like she said, it was a great fit. He's a perfect buyer for this property. And they've worked together not only through the sale, but also allowing her to stay in the unit for 29 days after the sale. So almost like a sale leaseback, which was a win-win-win for everyone. Just to wrap this video up, I wanted to ask you a couple questions about our process and get a testimonial, in that regard. What were some of the things you enjoyed about our team and our capabilities, and ultimately what we did for you?
Once we start to sell, and John has, send me notes almost every day, and also, I visited his office. Staff members are so nice and very enthusiastic to, show me their facilities. And also, John follow up all this transaction day by day. And through only 29 days, we got everything close.
It doesn't matter if you're an active buyer and seller or a mom and pop owner who rarely transacts. We're here to help you. Hold your hand if it needs to be held. If you're kind of a, autopilot client, we work with people like that all the time. So we're definitely able to accommodate and educate you through the process. And I appreciate you saying those things about our team.
Me too. I have to say thank you very much for you and your esteemed company.
Thank you, Andy. Congrats on the sale.
Thank you.
Yeah.